Samael, a name whispered in feared. He does not act out of rebellion, but out of unwavering obedience. Samael's presence is recorded in the Talmud and other Judaic sources, often in roles that involve temptation, accusation, and ultimately destruction. He is known as the accuser in the heavenly court, akin to a prosecutor bringing charges against humanity. Yet it is not his decision to execute the sentence, it is his duty. In Christian apocryphal texts and Gnostic literature, Samael's identity becomes even more complex. In some texts he is labeled as a demiurge, a blind god, who believes himself to be supreme, cut off from the true light of the divine. In others, he is synonymous with Azazel, or even the serpent in Eden, though these interpretations are controversial and debated among scholars. In Islamic tradition, while Samael is not named explicitly, the figure of the angel of death, Azrael, bears striking similarities in function and fearsome visage, is sometimes described as being covered in eyes, reflecting God's omniscience, or carrying a cup of poison from which souls drink as they pass into death. Yet his power does not come from his own will, it flows through him from the divine source, making him a conduit rather than a creator of doom. This is what makes Samael more terrifying than Lucifer. While Lucifer acts against God, Samael acts for him. He is the final answer to the question of justice. His loyalty is to the divine plan, and his sword falls not in wrath, but in righteousness. Even in Zoharic literature, Samael is portrayed as being tightly bound to the divine structure of the world, necessary for maintaining balance between mercy and judgment. He is a reminder that the divine is not solely love and light, but also law and consequence. In mystical traditions, Samael guards the gates between worlds, stands at the thresholds of life and death, and ensures that no soul passes into the afterlife outside of divine timing. His presence is cold, not cruel. His gaze is piercing, not hateful. To be visited by Samael is to come face to face with cosmic justice, unfiltered and unrelenting. He is the angel who saw Egypt's firstborn fall during the Passover, the invisible hand in the plagues, the destroyer whose path was marked in blood. Yet his hand stayed when instructed. He obeys. Samael is considered by many to be the most feared, executor yet servant. In artistic depictions, he is often cloaked in black with great wings of ashen fire, a face half-shrouded, bearing a sword inscribed with divine name. His presence is a warning to all that divine judgment is not just a concept, it is a force, embodied in an angel who cannot be bribed, reasoned with, or avoided. Theologically, Samael embodies the terror of divine justice, that it is absolute beyond comprehension and outside of human morality. The feared not because he is evil, but because he is right. Samael is not a villain in the cosmic narrative. He is the blade that ensures the story follows its divine arc. His presence in myth and mysticism serves to remind us that the divine is not limited to mercy. It is also order, discipline, and consequence. And in that sacred order, Samael is the ultimate enforcer, the shadow of God's command, the whisper of finality. When he arrives, it is not chaos that follows, but the manifestation of judgment, and through him, the will of God is done. But the enigma of Samael doesn't stop with his celestial duties. His legend is entwined with other shadowy figures, creating a mosaic of terror that extends into realms most would fear to imagine. Samael is often depicted riding a great serpent, embodying both wisdom and danger. Some texts describe him with 12 wings, his enormous form casting shadows over worlds. He is the gatekeeper of forbidden knowledge, the one who knows the secrets that even other angels dare not speak. In some traditions, Samael's sword is said to be forged from the shards of shattered galaxies, each fragment humming with the screams of ancient civilizations lost to divine judgment. His armor, blackened and scarred, is etched with every sin ever committed, a walking testament to human frailty. Legends claim that every soul he touches leaves behind a faint imprint on his wings, a reminder of the balance he must maintain between life and death. Some Kabbalists whisper that Samael is not just the angel of death, but the angel of poison, his breath able to wither the holiest of men, his touch corrupting even the purest of waters. There is a myth that the poison in his veins could kill God himself if such a thing were ever decreed. The venom, however, is not evil. It's a symbol of inevitability, the rot that comes for all things, even divine creations. There's a tale that says Samael once refused to kill a child fated for destruction because the child was born blind. He believed that true judgment required the ability to see, to choose sin knowingly. For his hesitation, he was cast into a pit of silence for 1,000 years, where only the whispers of dying stars could reach him. When he emerged, his sword was sharper than ever, his resolve even colder. In occult circles, Samael is sometimes invoked by those desperate for forbidden knowledge. They seek him not because they wish to die, but because they wish to know what lies beyond death. Yet those foolish enough to call upon him rarely survive with their sanity intact. He offers no comfort, no mercy. To stare into the face of Samael is to confront the inevitable truth that everything ends. No empire, no church, no soul escapes him. His role as an accuser is not limited to the heavens. Samael is said to walk the earth in human form, testing the hearts of men. He appears in the guise of a beggar, a lover, a child. Those who act with cruelty or indifference are marked. Their fates are sealed long before they realize who they turned away. It's said that in moments of great moral crisis, if you look closely enough, you might catch a glimpse of Samael's shadow lurking just behind your own. In the Zohar, Samael is paired with Lilith in a dance of death and desire. Together they govern the Qliphoth, the dark underbelly of existence, where impurities gather and grow. Their union is not one of love, but of necessity. Samael, bound by divine law, and Lilith, the first rebel, form a partnership of terror and balance. Their children are said to be the nightmares that plague humanity, the sicknesses that devour from within. Gnostics often reinterpret Samael as a tragic figure, a blind god who believes himself to be the creator. In this telling, he is not evil but pitiable, a being of immense power and ignorance. Yet even in his blindness he plays a role in awakening humanity, pushing them to question, to rebel, to seek the hidden light beyond the veil. His wrath becomes a catalyst for enlightenment. Other traditions hint that Samael may one day be redeemed, that when the world finally crumbles and all souls are judged, even he will lay down his sword. In that moment, some say he will be transformed into the angel of mercy, his terrifying visage replaced by a serene light. But just as many claim that Samael will be the last being standing when all of creation has been consumed by the fires of judgment, a lone witness to the end of everything. In artistic depictions, Samael is often illustrated with a chalice in one hand and a sword in the other. The chalice, filled with poison or holy water depending on the artist, symbolizes the dual nature of his mission, to purify or to destroy. His sword, long and cruel, is inscribed with words no mortal can read without going mad. The inscriptions are said to be the original laws of creation, the first commands whispered by God into the void. Some say Samael envies humans, not for their mortality, but for their freedom to defy God. Bound by duty, he cannot disobey. He is the perfect soldier, and yet within him burns a small spark of something distant, perhaps not regret, but curiosity. He has watched humanity rise and fall countless times, seen them commit atrocities, but also acts of great love and sacrifice. And though he may never admit it, some legends suggest that in rare moments, Samael has stayed his hand, just for a second, to marvel at the strange creatures we are. But make no mistake, Samael is not your ally. He is not your friend. He is a reminder that the universe is vast, cold and bound by laws we cannot comprehend. His sword falls without emotion. His gaze strips away lies. His presence marks the end, whether you feared even by angels, because Samael is not corrupted, not twisted by pride or sin. He is exactly what he was made to be, and in that perfection lies a horror far deeper than any devil could ever inspire. He is the blade that cuts away illusion, the shadow that follows every soul from birth to death. He is inevitable, and when the end finally comes, when the last star has burned out and the last soul has been weighed, it is said that Samael will speak one final word, a word that will unmake everything, returning it all to the void from which it came, a word that only he knows, a word that even God will feel.